In this video I'm going to be telling you why I think the New Balance 1080 version 13 is one of the best daily trainers of the year. What is up everybody, and welcome to FORDY Runs. My name is Chris Ford, and when I'm not reviewing running shoes, I am a running coach based here in the UK. We also do other things on this channel like races and events and stupid challenges and things like that. So hopefully you are subscribed already to this YouTube channel, but if you're not, please consider doing so. Okay people, so the 1080 from New Balance. Now this was version 12 was one of my favourite daily trainers a few years back. I really enjoyed that. I had two pairs of that shoe, and I'm so excited to bring you the 13. Why? Because it carries on from where the 12 left off. Now we're going to do a massive disclaimer before we carry on with this video, because this was sent to me by the guys from New Balance. Now that's not unusual, but what is unusual is the fact that I'm going out to run the New York City Marathon with New Balance, and some of you are going to moan in the comments, well, he's only doing this review because they're going to New York together, blah 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 blah. Anyway, stop right now. I'm not getting paid to make this review. I've not been given a script. I don't have to say nice things. I'm going to say anything I like, and as always on FORDY Runs, I'm going to keep it very real. Okay, so with that out of the way, let's dive into the 1080 version 13. Right, so there's a lot of new stuff going on here. They've really sort of changed it up with version 13 versus version 12. But before we do that, why did I like version 12 so much? Now there are a lot of complaints about the upper on version 12, but I actually really liked it. I liked that stretchy knit upper in the shoe. Yes, it was a bit warm, but I actually quite liked it. I like the stability of the shoe, I like the Fresh FoamX in the shoe, and I just like the versatility of that daily trainer. It seemed to do a lot of stuff for me. It did a lot of long runs, did a lot of easy pace work, and it just was able to do a lot of everything, which I think is perfect for a good daily trainer. Okay, so how this video is going to work, I'm going to give you the stats and features, tell you the new things that's going on here. I'm then going to tell you the things I like, things I don't like. Then we're going to wrap it up at the end and tell you why I do think this is one of the best daily trainers of the year. So I've been lucky enough to have been sent this shoe before it goes on general sale by the guys at New Balance. So I thought it was a good opportunity to put my thoughts out on this shoe when it went on sale here in the UK. Right, so let's do stats and features, because like I said, there's a lot of new stuff going on here, and let's start with the upper. So they've got rid of that sort of knit stretchy upper that was on the previous version. They've gone for a more traditional engineered mesh, although it still has some of that stretchy element to it, which I think provides perfect comfort in the upper. It also adapts a little bit to your foot. If you're slightly wider, there's plenty of width there, but the upper on the shoe I think has been vastly improved, even though I liked version 12. We've got loads of foam around the heel and on the tongue, which makes it really comfortable, that really nice step-in feel with the shoe. Nice gusseted tongue, provides great lockdown. The laces do exactly what you'd expect from the shoe in terms of midfoot lockdown. The sidewalls have been built up a fraction, so we've got a little bit of stability in the shoe because the new Fresh FoamX is a little bit softer. And moving on to the midsole, we've got Fresh FoamX. We've got a new compound or a new version of the Fresh FoamX. It's slightly softer, slightly lighter, which is good news. We've got 38 mil stack, and we've got a 38 mil stack here in the heel and 32 down the front, and that's down to a 6 mil drop versus an 8 mil drop in the previous shoe. On the outside, we've seen a lot of changes. We've still got the blown rubber, but if you can see, they've moved some of it around. I'll come onto this bit in a second, but you've still got a couple of bits at the heel to help in terms of durability and those contact points. And then we've now got this, what's the best way to describe it? Diagonal flex screws, that's what they're officially called, and that's there to add a little bit of stiffness up to the toe to increase or help with efficiency as you stride through. They look pretty cool, I think, as well, which I think helps. But yeah, so that's the change. It's still the blown rubber though, and I'll come onto that in a bit. We've got the exposed Fresh FoamX here. Weight wise, it's just over 10 ounces in my UK 10. This is a UK 10 for me. I'm pretty much a UK 10 in most New Balance shoes now, so they don't fit true to size for me, although some of the other shoes in New Balance lineup do. It's just weird, but Fresh FoamX shoes for me always come up as a UK 10. The shoe's £160, which I appreciate a lot of money, but this is a premium shoe. I'm not saying that to justify it, but that's where it's positioned. So it's alongside stuff like the Brooks Glycerine 20 or 21, and you're up against like the Invincible from Nike, and you're up against the Asics Nimbus 25, which are all priced around the same. Okay, so that's the stats and features. Now let's get on to why I like this shoe so much. Okay, so I really like the updated Fresh FoamX. It really does feel lighter. It does feel bouncier on foot. Some of the runs I've been doing have been very easy. Some of the runs I've been doing, I've been licking along, like 720 per mile, for example, comes to mind. I've been doing a lot of stuff in between that, and it's just been an absolute joy to have, to stretch out over those different paces and those different runs that I've been doing in it. And that makes a very good daily trainer, to be able to do everything in it. And that is why I think this is an absolute cracker. You don't feel the 38mm of stack. It doesn't feel unstable. It doesn't feel too soft. It's just that right balance between, yeah, that comfort and that softness, but at the same time giving you the performance, giving you that feedback, giving you that bounce back as you go on your run. The upper's great. As I said, I liked version 12's upper, but this is definitely improved. It's definitely more breathable, and I just like the overall fit, and I like the overall feeling of the upper. It really does work with the amount of foam they've got on the tongue and just all around the heel area. It provides enough comfort and enough plush feeling to the shoe to really make it comfortable out on those runs. But you're still getting the performance from the Fresh FoamX, which is great news. Like I said, it feels stable as well. You know, some of these shoes can feel a bit unstable when they soften them up, but this still maintains that stable ride. And I think a lot of that's to do with the width of the shoe, which provides a lot of that stability. So they're the things I like. Let's get on to the things I don't like. For me, the biggest dislike is probably the outsole. It is a little bit slippery in greasy conditions. And I didn't find that with the version 12. Maybe, I don't know, it's just a funny thing. It's not as bad as a Nova Blast 3, but it's definitely noticeable that it's not as, yeah, it's not gripping as much. It's not got that tackiness to it as some of its competitors, like if I'm looking at a Puma grip, for example. So that's probably the biggest downside to it, is the outsole. I just think it doesn't give you enough. I appreciate probably that they've cut back maybe some of that to save some weight. Maybe that's what it is. But overall, yeah, the outsole's probably the biggest letdown on the shoe. And I remember in my version 12, both of the pairs, I burnt them out quite quickly on where I pronate. I burnt them out quite quickly. So durability is a little bit of a question mark as well, but we'll see how we get on in the shoe. But at the moment, it's absolutely fine. So apart from that, that's probably about it in terms of dislikes. I don't think there's really much here to dislike. Like I say, the shoe just works. And if I'm looking at like the Triumph 21 and the Nimbus 25 and some of the other shoes out there in this sort of plush daily trainer world, this competes very well out there. It holds its own. It's a good competitor in that marketplace, and a lot of it in terms of choice will come down to you as a runner. For me, this just works well, like version 12 did. I don't know why. I think it's just, it's that width, it's the upper, it's just the fit and the feel of the shoe just works for me as a daily trainer. I'd much rather be in this than a Pegasus 40 or something like that. I'd much rather be in something like this. It just provides that a little bit of comfort on those recovery days, but having the confidence to pick it up and you know, push out some of those faster sessions. I know maybe even you're doing like a goal pace target run, you know, this is the sort of shoe that can do that as well, and then you can take it long at the weekend. That's the great thing about this shoe. So I think that's it. It's quite conclusive. I think this is one of the best daily trainers that have come out so far this year. We've still got, well, we've got a couple of months left to see what else comes out, but in general I think most of them are out this year. So I'm going to sit back and take stock of the daily trainers and work out which one is my favourite of the year. But this is going to be up there. It's a real cracker of a shoe, and I think the changes they've made to it are positive. They've moved in the right direction. They've lightened up the midsole. They made it a little bit more soft, a little bit more responsive. It's still wide, it's still stable. The upper's been improved, and overall the fit and feel of the shoe's great. Yeah, the price, £160, a lot of money. I appreciate that. And the outside again could probably do a little bit of work, but you know, you're not going to get everything perfect, I suppose. So there we go, people. Oh, by the way, I also think it looks good as well. I can't wait to see what other colorways come out in the shoe. This is the one they obviously sent me in terms of the colorway. But yeah, so overall, I like it. I think it's definitely worth considering if you're looking for a new daily trainer. You don't mind paying up to get some quality. I think this is a good option out there. Like I said, this is up against your Triumph 21s and your Brooks Glycerines and stuff like that. So I think it comes down to you as a runner, what you're looking for. But for me, for somebody who likes a daily trainer to be able to really do everything, this shoe is up there with the best. Okay guys, thanks for sticking around to the end of the video. I really do appreciate it. Watch out on the channel if you're not subscribed already. We've got another very cool video coming out with this shoe. I'm not going to say too much, but we've got a very cool video using this shoe, or this shoe is the subject of that video, so make sure you subscribe and stick around for that. Let me know in the comments, are you going to pull the trigger on the 1080 version 13? Did you have 12? Did you have 11? Let me know what your thoughts are on the 1080 version 13 down in the comments. I'll dive in there once this video drops, but that's it from me. I'll catch you later.